She's at a place in her life where peace is a priority and negativity cannot exist. She's no longer matching energy. She's simply removing herself from any situation that doesn't vibrate her soul. So if you start moving funny, she's moving on.
What's up, my Fina love, Sisters Fina D, coming to you all from NeNe Leakes.
She's an icon, she's a legend, and she is the moment.
That intro that I put together, what seems like ages ago, means so much today, those words and everything after recent news. Now, last night I did post about the recent news, so if you missed that video, I have linked it in the description below. But here's a short excerpt from what I said last night, and then we're going to get into Kenya Moore's new statement that she released a few hours ago. Thank you all for your patience. You all know I have a career outside of YouTube, so thank you for waiting on my videos. Let's get into it. It is being reported that Kenya Moore is not returning to the Real Housewives of Atlanta season 16. It's also being reported that Kenya Moore wasn't fired by Bravo. However, Kenya and Bravo came to a mutual agreement that she will not be returning to the show, but their doors are always open and she can always come back. That's what's being reported. What's also being reported is that the reason why Kenya made a choice to leave is because she doesn't feel protected by Bravo, which she's been very open and vocal about it while working for Bravo. So this is not, oh, I have an issue with Bravo, so now let me come for them. Absolutely not. She's been very open. She's tweeted about it. She's talked about it in interviews. She's been very open. She's never felt or been protected by them. And with this whole situation, she feels the same way. And I'm sure this entire situation with Bravo been very triggering for Kenya. Because if you know Kenya Moore's story, then at a very young age, she did not feel protected by her mother. Her amazing grandmother stepped in and did an amazing job and made her soul rest in peace. And then we've seen it time and time again on the show where Kenya wasn't protected. And of course, she became triggered again when she got married and she didn't feel protected by her now ex-husband. And it's always felt like it was just her against everybody because she always had to fight and be the one to defend herself. No one had her back or have her back in many situations. You see, Kenya Moore is a human being where even if I don't rock with you, if I see wrong going on, I don't hate you that much to not step in and have your back. Example, the Sheree situations. Even after Sheree had just said to her, if her ex had physically assaulted her, she deserved it because she provoked people. But these women hated her so much that even in Miami, that boy was heading towards her and he was in the wrong. Eventually, production stepped in, but he got really close to Kenya. These very black women jumped the boy and over Kenya. It was Candy Burst who said, I'm not going to sit back and allow you all to do this. Candy had to step up and say something before they got quiet and started acting right. I can go on all day, but most of you have seen the show, so I don't have to keep going. However, there's one more thing I want to mention. After Kenya Moore's recent statements, Kenya posted these images and videos of adorable Brooklyn, and she wrote, "Thank you for all the support, Team Twirl. My heart is full and my conscience is clean. So many false claims hiding behind anonymous sources. All this conversation and no facts being reported. If a claim or source was valid, would they need to hide? My life is blessed. Myself and my daughter will continue to thrive in a non-toxic environment where we feel appreciated and most importantly protected. Thank you, God, for covering us. Praying hand emoji." And then updated her post with the rumors and narrative about me randomly showing nudes or revenge P is 1000% untrue. I have proof and will share soon. Continuing, you can try to destroy a legacy, but you will never destroy a queen. I also responded to another comment repeating the same lies, alleged lies, because so far we have not seen evidence of the revenge P. She wrote, Bravo has never accused me of revenge P word, and I did not engage in revenge P word. As Kenya not feeling protected, a few examples. Yes, I always talk about this, so you already know what I'm about to say. But it was in the midst of the Black Lives Matter movement, and people were marching, and it was serious. It's always going to be serious. We have a long way to go. But during that time, it was very serious. Kenya had a scene with Candy and she questioned Porsha Williams' activism. Bravo left the scene in to basically show, yes, another black woman marching, going through everything she's going through, yet, yes, another black woman questioning her activism. Instead of her saying, wow, Porsha, thank you, I'm so proud of you, here she is doing this, leaving Kenya out there to get bullied, dragged, insulted. It was disgusting. But Bravo protected Porsha, yet left the clipping of Kenya Moore questioning her activism. Now, of course, Porsha pretended like this was a lie. She went all over social media posting long captions. It was a big thing. Like we always say, and I always say, and Kenya Moore always say she will always be vindicated. And the people who vindicate her are the very people who are so quick to make up lies about her and judge her. Porsha Williams ended up vindicating Kenya Moore when she hopped on Instagram Live thinking she was defending herself just to confirm, I went to Bravo and I said because of this reason, don't do this, and Bravo agreed.
Where they say there is a scene that was deleted, edited out, or not aired on Bravo because I asked for it to be taken out, right? Now, we know that a lot of housewives, they have power over the years and they may be able to go and ask the heads to take something out, right? It is what it is. I have worked very hard to get to where I am in life. I've worked very hard on this show. And if I've gotten to a place where I can call the execs up and get something taken out, so be it, right? I can call the execs up and get something taken out, so be it, right? The way that Kenya is putting it out there that I asked the Bravo execs to not play a scene of Candy and I having an argument, Candy, about her efforts is concerning Black Lives Matter is simply not true. Todd's birthday. I walked into Todd's birthday and I was told Candy wanted to question me about something. And I said, okay, that's fine. I have anything, happy to answer one of her questions. As soon as I walked into the party, Candy wanted to ask me about these texts. There are some texts out there that, you know, you're talking about what I was trying to get done for Black Lives Matter, etc. At that moment, I decide, you know what, this isn't a good look. We as black women should not be arguing on this show about Black Lives Matter. That is not what we need to do. At the end of the day, if they decide to chop it up or maybe it just didn't show right, and I didn't want the narrative to be out there that black women on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, instead of being responsible, doing something for the community and being effective, instead we're on there arguing about what Candy did or what Porsha didn't do or what NeNe didn't do. Okay? So I went to the Bravo. They decided after I explained everything to them that they agreed, you know what? I don't think that will be a good look. That is not the purpose we want in showing the black experience and what you guys are going through with Black Lives Matter. So they decided that they did not want to air that, period. And it was done.
My point, said all of that just to end up vindicating Kenya Moore. So Bravo had enough sense to remove an entire scene or episode because you went to them and asked them. They had enough sense to protect you, to protect Candy, and to protect you once again. but not enough sense to also protect Kenya more by removing her. Talking to Candy, questioning your activism. They made it look like it was just random. It came out of nowhere. And you could see in that scene how uncomfortable Candy was because the network told all of them to not talk about it. Pretend it didn't happen. So you could protect Porsha because had the scene aired, then everyone would have said, well, this is a redemption tour. It's not genuine. Because if it was genuine, why are you even going back and forth with Candy about anything when Candy is simply trying to help the movement? You should be happy that someone is joining. Why are you coming at Candy as if this is my thing? The focus is on me, okay? It's not about you. Because it's not a you issue. It's a us issue, and you're helping people, and your heart's supposed to be pure to help people. So that's my thing. When Kenya says she's not protected, there are deeper things that has happened, but that's just one of the many examples. Bravo can cut out entire episodes and protect who they want to protect to not make them look a certain way, but can leave a black woman out there questioning another black woman activism because it fit their narrative. My God, Kenya. We understand you don't like Porsha, but even when she's marching and doing something amazing and peaceful, you are still hating? What is it? When Kenya do not hate Porsha, never hated Porsha. She just gave Porsha the same energy that Porsha gave to her. That's it. Don't come for me and expect me to not defend myself. Simple. Porsha came correct this season. Kenya was smiling with her. Had Kenya stayed and Porsha tried her, they were going to have issues again. I mean, it's really that simple. It's not that deep. Now, on Porsha end, it was deeper. The hate, we saw how deep those girls went. Not being able to use her words because Kenya was using her words and putting her hands in Kenya's hair and pulling Kenya's hair. And crying and screaming like Kenya provoked her. Kenya was in her personal space. Kenya stuck something in her face. She felt like she had no choice but to protect herself, just to turn around and stick a fan in Milo's face. The same woman who pretended, I will never put anything in anyone's face. And she put something in my face. And so I reacted, and everyone protected her and ran to her feet while Kenya was on the floor. But then turned right around and stuck something in Milo's face. And even the convicted felon with 150 mugshot was able to take her from her hand without physically assaulting her or beating her up or doing anything else, because y'all gonna be like, oh my God, y'all let a felon on the show and now she attacked me, when you put something in her face. And it was only Candy, once again, who said, now Porsha, when Kenya put something in your face, it was a big deal, and everyone came for Kenya and took your side, even though you were wrong for going beyond words and putting your hands in her hair. And there you are sticking something in Milo's face. It was crickets. There were no backlash for that. To NeNe Leakes almost coming to blows with Kenya Moore and then attempting to spit on her. I mean, the list goes on and on. But it's never been that deep for Kenya. I have seen Bravo release statements for other housewives. We will not tolerate the bullying. The death threats needs to stop. I have seen all of it. But as it relates to Kenya Moore, they do not care. And I don't blame her for walking away, for not feeling protected. The reason why Kenya stayed on for so long, yes, absolutely, the money is amazing. I get it. But also, her entire life, when people are constantly coming for you and you constantly have to defend yourself, you do not want to let those people win. You will not run me out of this room. I'm strong. I'm resilient. I'm going to be right here. So no, all of you girls ganging up on me, production ganging up on me, I'm not running away. I'm going to stay here. So for all of these years, it's been, my goodness, we've done everything to break this woman, and she is still here. That's one of the reasons why she did not quit. Not because she was so desperate to be in the Housewives or money, because Kenya is very smart about her money, but it's because I've been bullied before. I've gone through this my entire life. I'm not about to allow bullies to win. I'm going to stay here. And if I have to fight production and everyone, which at one point it was that, I'm going to do it and I'm going to be here. But for production and Bravo to not show this Black woman business last season, showed us 2 seconds after all of her hard work to finally say, we'll redeem ourselves and show your business. For her to finally be doing that, and for someone who said, I have a gun for B words like you, allegedly to think she's going to come over here and ruin something I've worked so hard for, it's not happening. So you want to come for me? I'm going to respond. And Kenya responded. We heard some of the audio. And like I said in my last video, everything she said in the audio we heard, she said it a mile before. It's not grounds to get suspended or fired from the show. You called me a name. I called you a name back. What's next? What she's being accused of is what there's no evidence of that out there. Bravo have yet to release a statement saying, yes, we absolutely had to let Kenya Moore go because she did something illegal and we would not stand for or tolerate such behavior. However, Bravo is also aware that if they do such thing and release a statement, then Kenya can easily say, okay, so where was this statement when this person did this and that person did this and this person did this? So, hey, Kenya Moore chose to leave and we're going to leave it at that. We don't have to say anything. Even if we have to post something sweet about Kenya, we're going to do that until Kenya decides to take legal actions. We're not even going to go there. It's her choice to leave. Let's just leave it at that. And whatever the public wants to believe, let them believe it. If they want to believe that Kenya Moore got fired, let them believe that. If they want to believe that she did commit revenge P-word, let them believe that. However, if it was anybody else, Bravo would have released a statement and said, listen, yes, we want you all to watch the show. We don't want to ruin the show for you all or mess up the show for you all. But there are some accusations going on out there. We don't think it's fair for these accusations to be attached to someone's business. So yes, please wait and watch the show, but we want to release a statement saying that this did not happen and these rumors have to stop. Bravo did not protect her, did not say anything, did not release anything. Basically, you will all have to wait and watch the show. Right now, we got all of this attention on the show. We don't care who business is destroying. We don't care who legacy is destroying. We don't care who leaked it. Maybe Bravo leaked it themselves. We don't care. We are just happy that we're still being talked about. Enough things allegedly being leaked by Bravo and the chick the new one that came for Kenya, because allegedly her camp also were there. She was there, but she was outside. But someone from her camp was inside, and they are the ones, that was leaking everything. So there's a rumor going around that Kenya is planning on filing a lawsuit against Bravo because, other people from different shows committed certain things, and Bravo didn't let them go. Instead, Bravo triple or double their salary. So why is Kenya being, basically suspended and all of that allegedly? So Kenya Moore friend basically tweeted, yeah, Kenya was never accused of revenge P-word by Bravo. It was the new girl. This isn't true. The new girl realized, oh, it's working. Everyone is running with the story. She hopped on Instagram and in her Instagram story, and she posted this, telling everyone thank you, and revenge P-word is never okay and all of that. And then she quickly deleted it. She did not keep this up for a long time. It was a post and delete. So she fit into the narrative. So then most of you might be like, okay, so if Kenya did not commit a crime and she was never suspended, why is she leaving? Okay, so you pick up this new person, did not test them, threw them on the show because you're desperate, okay? This person allegedly threatened me and said they have a gun for B words like me. Allegedly, okay? They attempted to then come to my event and not do something funny like I did, but to ruin it after I've worked so hard. They threw shade, I shaded them back. That's what happened. They then ran around and allegedly accused me of a crime. You, Bravo, did not release a statement to protect me. And you are expecting me to come to work with this person, breathe the same air with this person, tolerate this person because I'm that desperate for a check and money? If you are choosing to keep this person on the show over someone who's given you over a decade of their blood, sweat, and tears, being physically assaulted, verbally, emotionally abused, all of that. And yes, Kenya Moore is not a saint, but she's been abused on this show. And you're choosing this person over me, have at it. I don't need money that bad that I'm going to do that, because after all of that, I don't want to film with this person. I'm not doing it. Now, somebody else signed the contract and they're trying to provide for their family. So it's not going to be like, if Kenya is not here, I'm leaving too, or I'm not filming with her, okay? It's either Kenya or nobody at all. Absolutely not, okay? The economy is bad. People need their money. And even when the economy was good, no one is walking away from a show to have anyone's back. They don't do that. They will be the first to tell you, have a nice day, bye-bye, before they do that. And I'm going to talk about that next, about the people say have a nice day or have a nice life before they will walk away from a show. Another thing that is sad is most of these black women are not realizing that Bravo do not want an all-black cast to be the #1 show on their network or in their franchise of the Real Housewives. They don't want that. So they've been tricking you all out of your spot. And some of you, because you're so blinded by hate, you can't even tell what these executives and people are doing in the background. You are contributing and helping them knock you off from the top spot, and you think, yes, I have a piece. This person is gone. This person is no longer here. Yes, look at me, I'm still here. But no, you are helping Bravo knock you off from the #1 spot. We have a black woman who created a show called Married to Medicine and sold it to a network. The network is so upset that they even have to give this woman credit. Oh my goodness, we were not smart enough to come up with this idea. We have to give a black woman credit for Married to Medicine. They were already trying to silence Mariah and hoping people wouldn't pay attention and see her name in the credits. They did not even want Mariah to say, this is my ish, it's my show, I did all of this. So once again, come on, be our puppets. Y'all be the one to say, hey, we don't want you here. We're not going to film with you anymore. Let y'all do it. So that way we can get away with it, because it was her own black sisters that did that to her. Of her black sisters saying, sisterhood, if you know, you know. This is the reason why we're here. She's the reason why we're here. Yes, we go through ups and downs, back and forth, accuse each other of nasty things. We all heard what Quad said about her and vice versa, right? But we're not turning our back on our sister. It's not happening. Bravo. If she's not here, we're not here as well. Yet, one of the black doctors led the group into icing Mariah out. So now they have to sit on YouTube being disgusting, one of them, and doing anything just to get the views and the ratings and all of that, because the cast is okay, but the cast was great with her being there. I'm not saying they're not doing great without her. They're doing okay, but they tricked y'all out of your spot because they did not want that woman to be on the show that she created. Okay, her name in the credits is more than enough, but her face on here too? Absolutely not. Some of you are so dumb to even notice it and can't say, you know what, we see what's going on. You see, through all of the mess and drama, Kenya Moore was still able to say, regardless of what has happened between me and this woman, yes, absolutely, bring NeNe Leakes back to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I know she sued Bravo, and I know because of that lawsuit, she might not be able to come back. However, if that's even an if, absolutely, because I know what's good for the show and the franchise. And also this force and false narratives that's going around about, oh, look at you now, Kenya. Wasn't it Kenya that warned NeNe that Bravo was phasing her out? And instead of NeNe saying, thank you, Kenya, for letting me know, didn't she go on Twitter and try to embarrass Kenya and call Kenya a liar and was thanking Master? Thank you, Andy. Thank you so much. Yeah. And then what happened? What happened?
You didn't want me here. You've been forcing me out for the past 4 years. You didn't want me here. You've been forcing me out for the past 4 years.
Say it with me. Vindicated. Again, NeNe hopped on YouTube and started using forcing me out and facing me out. That's how Porsha hopped on Instagram Live and vindicated Kenya Moore. So this right here, Kenya Moore will absolutely be vindicated. The very thing she went on Twitter, thank you, Master Andy Cohen, for clearing things up, and I have negotiated all of my episodes. I'm sure those tweets were used in court. Wait, didn't you go on Twitter and thank Andy Cohen and then talked about how you negotiated all of your episodes? Oh, why are we here? No. Calling a black woman a liar, proving a black woman is a liar was more important to her than saying, wait a minute, Kenya might be right. And then when it was too late, she was on YouTube pretending like Kenya never warned her and using words like forcing me out and facing me out. And we all know NeNe's story. So this narrative about, oh, that's what you get. You were laughing when it happened to NeNe. Kenya never laughed. Kenya was the one who warned her. And she did that. So let us please stop trying to rewrite history because the receipts are out there. The last time I checked, it was NeNe going around doing interviews celebrating that season when Kenya wasn't coming back, talking about it's going to be sisterhood because Kenya, the dark cloud, is gone. And then Kenya had her baby shower and all of the girls showed up and NeNe wasn't there. NeNe got mad and went all over Twitter tweeting about it and all of that. And then when Bravo brought Kenya back, at Cynthia Bailey event, NeNe was upset that Kenya was there. She cried and it was just a hot mess. Kenya ignored her, got back on the show on her own, and not because she had an argument with NeNe. NeNe wanted it to look that way, so she went behind this pregnant woman as she was leaving to provoke her and said, what is she having, a buffalo? And Kenya still paid her dust, said hi to Greg, and left. So it's actually the other way around. It was NeNe celebrating that the dark cloud Kenya Moore was gone and that the new season without Kenya Moore was going to be filled with sisterhood. And that's where I got that from. And that's why I always say sisterhood like that. And then she brought it on the show saying sisterhood that way. Okay? So it was the other way around. Imagine celebrating saying the dark cloud is gone and it's better without her and sisterhood and then doing all of that when she came back as a pregnant woman. But then when you had your issue with Bravo, she tried to warn you. You called her a liar and told Andy Cohen thank you. But then when Bravo did fire you, you are tweeting that the black women are not supporting you and they do not have your back. But when it happened to them, you did not have their back. And I'm saying them, but I'm talking about Kenya Moore. But when you notice the person you're not here for is constantly saying, absolutely, sure, bring her back. She's great for the show. Then you also have to fall in line, because if you keep doing the opposite, then it's like, okay, now I'm sounding like a hater. So you know what? Yeah, Kenya is good for the show. So no sisterhood. Let us all band together. How dare you, Bravo? She didn't break any laws. She just got married. She's pregnant. She needs her check. No, NeNe was doing interviews celebrating that the dark Moore was gone. Even tweeted that just know they did this to themselves and choose this path. Trust, the entire cast knows this. Bravo is watching. So if I was them, I would stop the foolishness and then tune in. She did a Q&A. She answered some questions about Kenya. And she said Kenya did it to herself. It's confirmed that she was phased out and Kenya Moore was right when she was warning her. And this person tweeted, NeNe, Porsha, and the other girls should be standing with you. NeNe responded, they scared to lose their checks. It was Kenya. She deserved it because she did it to herself. Another thing they have said over and over again, the difference is Kenya been complaining about Bravo while working for Bravo. So any complaints you hear from Kenya going forward, it's not, oh, this is all new now because she's not there anymore. Nope, she's always complained about unfair treatment while working for the network. And that's why it's different. Now, if someone goes and make up a lie that someone is planning attempted rape, like Phaedra did, then that's different. Absolutely fire them. But if someone have pictures in the past out there, but you want to come at me about my life and what I'm doing, pretending to be a saint, but you have certain things out there, no. She's going to dish you and say, girl, get out of my face with that whole I'm a saint, I'm engaged mess when you used to be out there and doing whatever. That's exactly what happened. Another married newbie that is cool with Kenya. They had no problems. Come at me sideways when you got things out there about you that I can shade you about. And that's exactly what happened here. Now, if Kenya did commit revenge, P-word, absolutely not. I'm not here for it. I would not support it. But we are still waiting for the statement from the network confirming that she committed revenge P. We are still waiting for the arrest and everything she's about to go through for committing revenge P. Nothing. Crickets. All we know is they say, you say, I say. No evidence, no nothing. So as life twirls on for our girl, Kenya Moore, I'm going to leave you with this video she posted yesterday in her Instagram story. If you watch my original video on Kenya when all of this came out, then you've heard this, but this right here described everything to the T, and Kenya also responded. So let's get into that.
Some people will trigger you on purpose just to get a negative reaction out of you. Then they'll take that moment, frame it, and only share your reaction with other people, never mentioning what they did to push you. When this happens, everything in you is going to want to defend and explain the truth, but fight that urge. Because that intentional poking, that framing of your reaction and then telling people about it was only the bait. The real objective is tricking you into showing a version of yourself that they've been creating a false narrative around all along. The real you, without their abuse and manipulation, is nothing like the picture they've been telling people. So to make their lies appear real, they have to corner you into showing that version. The real you isn't framed in the picture they're selling. But the second you fight them to clear things up, you step into that frame and into their picture of you. If they can document or get you publicly triggered, their behavior cosigns, it aligns, supports their gallery of lies. So as difficult as this sounds, let them frame what's already happened however they choose. You're not prey. You're not to be caught or caught up. Take your frustration and anger and redirect it into yourself. Work hard at giving them nothing. Focus on an even better version of you without their games and immaturity. Absent of all that, the light of your life will shine so brightly that their pictures and frames will be obvious fake news to everyone. And the bonus? Having seen all the people who blindly joined in and gathered around, there's no question who's for you and who's not. So let them all have the frame. In the end, with the right perspective, it ultimately ends up as your favor. Boundary up. I hope this helps.
And if you heard the audio, Kenya Moore did react. And then what did that person do? Aha! You all already have a certain image about Kenya Moore because of the bias editing, because Bravo is not here for her. However, she's great TV, so they will continue to bring her back and keep her around. I will get to lie on Kenya, and majority of you are going to believe it because she already have this image out there about her. This is exactly what happened to Kenya Moore to a T. When she did her best to pay certain people dust because I know what you're doing. I I see what you're doing. This is what always happens to me. The newbies come for me. And when I pay them dust, I get hit with, why is she on the show? She's so boring. What is her storyline anyways? Because Bravo refused to show this intelligent black woman expanding her empire. The fact that they laughed and said her hair care brand wasn't going to go anywhere, and whether they show her brand or not, she still ended up in over 5,000 doors just for her to come back and say, I'm opening a hair spa. Oh no, you black woman. We are not about to showcase a hard-working, self-made black woman do this on this show. We're going to show 2 seconds of it, and that's it. Because why? We get to walk all over Kenya Moore because she never put her foot down in the beginning like other people on this show. So we'll continue to not protect her and walk all over her, which was so disrespectful. And now, we are finally deciding to show your hair spa, but then we're going to mess it up by making sure the person who said, I have a gun allegedly for B words like you, she's going to pop up when she have no business being here. She's not popping up with a band, just being funny like you did at the other person's event. No, she's coming here with a purpose. And Kenya is like, okay, I can ignore this or I can respond because this is a job. And I do have to do my job. I do have to clock in. So I'm also aware that Kenya Moore denied previously that it did not happen, and you also saw me read recent statements from Kenya denying that the Revenge P never happened. Regardless, as I've always said, she was Kenya Moore before the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and she will continue to be Kenya Moore without it. I'm wishing all of you well, and take care.
Loves, thank you all for your love and support. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and leave this video a thumbs up. Also turn on notifications so when I do post, you're aware that I posted. And I will see you all in the comment section. Remember to always have the God bless attitude, which is being positive at all times and seeing the good in every situation. Have a great day, guys. God bless.